tomorrow on January 6th. I'm very excited. This is our 1776 moment.
My body camera captured the violence of the crowd. I was dragged from the line of officers. I heard someone scream, "I got one!" They began to beat me with what felt like hard metal objects.
You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully.
I heard chanting from some in the crowd, "Kill him with his own gun." I said as loud as I could manage, "I've got kids."
We have a sea of people. If we flood the Capitol building, go inside.
I ended up on my hands and knees and blind. He yelled at me, shouting, "You will die on your knees."
The people who breached the Capitol on January 6th are being abused. When will the witch hunt come to an end?
One woman in a pink MAGA shirt yelled, "You hear that, guys? This voted for Joe Biden." Then the crowd joined in screaming, "Boo!
You can't allow it to just transfer power the Capitol peacefully are being abused.
This is our 1776 moment.
The indifference is disgraceful.
1776! 1776! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! The last one is Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution.
And we will win this fight, or America would step off into 1,000 years of darkness.
I was born here when there was a war against fascism raging in Europe. My great-grandfather fought in the Civil War, and my uncle was shot down by the Nazis, but I never thought I'd see it here.
Multiple capital injuries! Multiple capital injuries!
Yells at the officers on the west terrace of the Capitol above them to start shooting what they have into the crowd.
Damn it, we need them! Let's go! Shoot it! Go! Shoot! Shoot!
The less lethal team fires into the crowd for a third time. Three minutes later, at 1:21 p.m., the first explosive munition of the day is discharged. The demonstrators at the West Plaza of the Capitol will be hit by an unrelenting barrage of grenades, incendiaries, rubber bullets, and gas for the next hour.
Hey, fire! Hey, you're fire! Hey, you good? You good? Hey, it's fire! That was my fire. We got another individual down. People are doing CPR and the GC5 response to this ASAP.
At 1:28 p.m., a man has collapsed on the West Plaza and is attended to by people in the crowd.
They can't get anybody in here, and the cops are throwing flashbangs into the crowd.
He is unresponsive for several minutes. Fearing the risk of trampling, they carry him to a different location where they continue to try to resuscitate him.
He's having a heart attack. He's been on the ground for 6 minutes. They carried him. They've been doing CPR. I think that man probably died. I hope they saved his life.
Kevin Greason leaves behind a wife and 5 children.
Tonight, the FBI releasing new video of the person suspected of planning those pipe bombs the night before the Capitol riot. And the FBI officially confirming those pipe bombs placed at the Democratic and Republican National Committee headquarters could kill.
These pipe bombs were viable devices that could have been detonated, resulting in serious injury or death.
The video offering specific detail on the suspect's movements. At 7:40, the suspect seen walking along this residential street. Investigators interested in their somewhat unusual gait. Moments later, a person walking a dog passes by. By 7:52, the suspect has made it to the DNC headquarters. The suspect sits on a bench and appears to fumble with that backpack. A bomb is later discovered in the bush adjacent to the bench. At 8:14, the same suspect walking down an alley next to the RNC headquarters. A bomb placed there as well before exiting the area, walking past the Capitol Hill Club. The FBI hinting at a profile as it asked for the public's help.
Since January 5th, you may have noticed changes in someone you know. It could be bragging about what they did while on Capitol Hill, following this story very closely, or exhibiting an unusual emotional response to the reporting of this story.
And the FBI providing more details about the bombs. They apparently contained black powder, and the FBI interested in where those attached kitchen timers came from. Authorities also releasing images of the suspect's Nikes in hopes it will trigger a lead.
The Capitol on January 6th, but couldn't find someone in Virginia. One of the lead investigators in Biden's FBI said they couldn't track his phone because the service provider gave them corrupt data. But if the cell data was corrupt, how'd Trump's FBI use it to catch the guy? So 5,000 agents, 4 years, and no one investigated the guy with the bombs. But Trump's team cracked it in less than a year. Bondi said all it took was some elbow grease.
Let me be clear. There was no new tip. There was no new witness. Just good, diligent police work and prosecutorial work, working as a team along with ATF, Capitol Police, Metropolitan Police Department, and of course, the FBI.
Not only did the Biden FBI botch the case, it doesn't even really look like they investigated it. Remember, Ray dragged his feet before releasing the video.
Will you commit to releasing the full tapes to the public immediately?
No, sir, I can't make that commitment.
Congress needs to subpoena Chris Wray and make him testify under oath immediately.
All of us here today do not want to see our election victory stolen. There's never been anything like this. It's a pure theft in American history. Everybody knows it. Because they want to steal the election. Make no mistake, this election was stolen from you, from me, and from the country. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong. But I said, something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Can't have happened. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Unbelievable what we have to go through. What we have to go through. And you have to get your people to fight. We will not let them silence your voices. We're not going to let it happen. Not going to let it happen. Never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore, and that's what this is all about. And to use a favorite term that all of you people really came up with, we will stop the steal. So we're going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I love Pennsylvania Avenue. And we're going to the Capitol, and we're going to try and give, the Democrats are hopeless. They're never voting for anything. Not even one vote. But we're going to try and give our Republicans, the weak ones, because the strong ones don't need any of our help, we're going to try and give them the kind of pride and boldness that they need to take back our country.
January 6th was a disgrace. American citizens attacked their own government. They used terrorism to try to stop a specific piece of domestic business they did not like. Fellow Americans beat and bloodied our own police. They stormed the Senate floor. They tried to hunt down the Speaker of the House. They built a gallows and chanted about murdering the Vice President. There's no question, none, that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day. No question about it. The people who stormed this building believed they were acting on the wishes and instructions of their president. And having that belief was a foreseeable consequence of the growing crescendo of false statements, conspiracy theories, and reckless hyperbole, which the defeated president kept shouting into the largest megaphone on planet Earth.
Mary, good morning. Some answers here after a 5-year mystery. For the first time, prosecutors detailing the lengthy confession they say Brian Cole gave after his arrest earlier this month, allegedly admitting to placing those pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC on January 6th. But the big question has always been why. Well, while he has not yet entered a plea, prosecutors say during his confession, Cole seemed to reference some of President Trump's false claims of fraud in the 2020 election, saying he felt, quote, like something was wrong, adding that people who felt that their votes are just being thrown away were being ignored by officials on both sides. Soon, Cole allegedly telling investigators, quote, something just snapped. According to the court filing, he allegedly said he wanted to do something to the parties because, quote, they were in charge. Still, Cole allegedly saying he isn't an openly political person and denied that he was targeting Congress as it was certifying President Joe Biden's win. In fact, prosecutors say when asked why he targeted both headquarters, he said, I really don't like either party at this point, noting his idea came from his interest in history and a conflict in Ireland. And while Cole said he placed those bombs at night to actually prevent any deaths, according to the filing, prosecutors claiming otherwise, saying his actions, quote, risk the lives not only of innocent pedestrians and office workers, but also of law enforcement, first responders, and national political leaders. Malika.
Fox News alert, the January 6th pipe bomb suspect just made his first court appearance. Sources tell Fox he'd been talking to investigators before the hearing and admitted to planning the bombs. He appeared in court unshackled, dressed in a tan jumpsuit. His family was cheering him on. We love you, Brian. We're here for you, baby. Cole lived with his mom at her house in Virginia, just 20 miles from Washington. Neighbors knew him as the guy that walked his Chihuahua. Apparently, he'd wear shorts all year round, even in the dead of winter. His grandmother calls him very naive and almost autistic-like, saying he wouldn't hurt a fly. But the FBI says otherwise. Apparently, all evidence points to Cole. Cole's cell phone pinged in the area around the RNC and DNC on January 5th, 2021. And his red Toyota was placed a half a mile from the bombs. So they triangulated his cell phone, pulled some credit card statements, and ran his plates. That's Detective 101 work. Joe Biden's FBI had 4 years to figure that out, and Chris Wray told Bret Baier how hard they tried.
I have enormous confidence in the team, the dedicated team that is focused exclusively on that investigation, and we have devoted loads and loads of effort into that specific investigation. And those folks, those FBI agents, analysts, and professional staff, I have total confidence in them.
Biden's FBI made excuse after excuse.
In prior COVID times, in any neighborhood, I think, in the country, if you saw an individual hooded, masked, glasses, gloves on, it would have been a red flag for any individual walking around that day. In this case, it wasn't, because of the environment that we're living in during COVID times.
The feds traveled across the country to catch every grandmother who walked through the Capitol on January 6th, but couldn't find someone in Virginia. Okay. The guy began building the bombs in 2019. He bought most of the supplies before the election was stolen. We don't know if this guy was righty, lefty, upside downy, but Judge Jeanine Pirro says he was disappointed in various aspects of the election, but it's not clear whether he supported Trump or Biden. This guy was an equal opportunity bomber, planting bombs at both the RNC and the DNC. And this is interesting. His father retained Ben Crump, otherwise known as Al Sharpton 2.0, when he filed a racial discrimination lawsuit. The dad ran a bail bonds company for illegals and sued the Trump administration, claiming DHS was screwing him out of money. Now, that lawyer is repping his son, and he doesn't even practice criminal law, which is probably why the kid confessed. Great lawyer. Something tells me this guy's a little. His grandma called him autistic. He wears shorts in the dead of winter, works part-time for his dad. The bombs didn't even work, and he kept his cell phone on him the whole night. And not only that, he bought all the bomb parts on a credit card. He even waved to a cop car the night he planted the bombs. Sounds like the dumbest bomber in America. And Biden's FBI couldn't even catch him. The whole thing stinks. This was a huge case that went unsolved for years. Kamala Harris could have been killed before she was even sworn in. A black guy almost killed the first black vice president outside of the Democrat National Committee. And the case collected dust? And why wasn't Kamala Harris knocking heads together at the Bureau? Hey, guys, you ever find the guy that tried to bomb me to bits? Thanks to Trump's FBI, we finally have something. But the fact that it took so long makes me really wonder about who the heck this guy is. We still don't even know if he acted alone.
Well, we go undercover as Antifa in a crowd, so. Can you put that back in? All right, thank you so much. Yep, it feels better. Did you guys get sprayed? Here.
Get over here! If you love God, take care of your freedom.
The thing is, you don't know if he's a patriot or if he's a Fed trying to instigate something. And if anybody gets violent, I'm going to think it's a Fed plant to make the movement look bad.
I'm going to call you back.
So
that's all I'm saying is fill it up. Let's fill this fort, everybody. Fill it up. Let them hear us. Everybody come. This is the time now. Come forward. Come forward. Move forward quickly. Move forward and we can beat them. Move forward and we can beat them. Move forward and we can beat them. Crowd in! Crowd in! Crowd in! Drop those flags and come forward! We need help!
Here's another one.
Push it up.
Is he a Fed or is he a Patriot?
Push it up.
How would I know?
Let's go.
No,
Let's go.
it's not.
Right here. Just on the lawn.
Let's get out of the wind. Come on this side.
Look, they're trying to get the police to attack us.
There's too many.
No,
there's too many of them.
It doesn't matter. They're still going to try. We want a fair trial. We want a fair trial. We don't want to charge them.
I wonder how many of these people are instigators.
Colleen,
Notice they're not out there storming the building, but they're out here trying to get other people to.
I can't hear you back here. This is our house. Get off the roof.
Yeah, I think that guy's a Fed too.
Why did you come? Why are you here?
These guys over here are like constantly trying to get people to come up front.
Come on!
So they're.
There we go! You want help up? We'll get it to you. Capitol Police has instructed us to fill the lawn. We're just trying to do our jobs here.
Be polite! This is your country! Your lawn! Come on! Come on in! We took down the switch so you can get in! If we can't fight over this wall, we can't win this battle! Come on! Come on, we'll get you up here! We'll get you up here!
Yeah,
just
come
a
on.
minute, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. He's been down here instigating people the whole Makes me wonder if he's a Fed. She's been instigating people. Yes, I do believe it. There's Antifa pretending to be supporters.
Thank you. Come in. Got a few spaces left.
I don't know. She's been saying that all afternoon, trying to get people to go in. For all I know, she's an Antifa plant. Okay, here's the lady. There she is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why doesn't she go up there? Annoying, isn't she? I need to make a citizen's arrest.
Come on in.
She's disturbing the peace.
It is one of the most important stories of our time. I'm talking about the J6 cover-up. Specifically, what role did the FBI play? The Capitol Police, the CIA, our own government? It appears to me they were in on much of it. A setup job to sink President Trump in any future run for the presidency. It is a story that is filled with government lies. And now we have more proof that deep state vipers will do anything to hold on to their unfettered power. Do you remember the two pipe bombs that were found outside the DNC and RNC headquarters? The pipe bomb were caught on tape there. It shut down the counting of the Electoral College votes. I always believed it was a phony deal. It was a concocted crime to incriminate MAGA Republicans falsely. Well, The Blaze, along with the Gateway Pundit, is reporting that the J6 pipe bomber could be a former Capitol Police officer, now turned CIA security officer. Her name, according to these outlets, is Shawnee Kirkhoff. Blaze investigative reporters claim to have concluded her identity, writing this in The Blaze, quote, a software algorithm that analyzes walking parameters including flexion, knee bend, hip extension, speed, step length, cadence, and variance rated Shawnee Ray Kirkhoff, 31, of Alexandria, Virginia, as a 94% match to the bomb suspect shown on video January 5th, 2021. The veteran analyst who ran the analysis for Blaze News said that based on visual observations the program can struggle with, he personally pegged the match at closer to 98%. Kirkhoff's name, as you can imagine, has since gone viral. So let me be clear. I never believed the bombs were real. You saw Secret Service walking around there. There was no real sense of urgency once they found the bombs. And here's what I don't think. I don't think Kirkhoff went rogue. I think this was part of her job. I think she was ordered to do it, but this is only my assessment.
Darren Beatty and I have uncovered the most information, evidence, shady circumstances related to the pipe bombers, both at the DNC and RNC. But what Darren always said is if you expose the truth about the pipe bombs, the entire January 6th narrative unravels.
All right, so that's Julie Kelly on with Steve Bannon. And you know Darren Beatty from this program, who's been a great friend of exposing a lot of the irregularities surrounding this, is now working inside the Department of Justice. That's a good thing. Then I saw this tweet from Congressman Thomas Massie, quote, America is waking up today to learn that the Capitol Police turned CIA orchestrated the pipe bombs on January 6th, and the FBI has covered it up for over 4 years. I questioned FBI Director Wray, ATF Director Dettelbach, and FBI Assistant Director over D.C., D'Antonio, under oath. All played dumb. No surprise there. So the question is, what will Kash Patel's FBI do about this new information? Well-known attorney Ed Martin said this on The Benny Show.
I talked to Bongino over the weekend, and he said, look, we are in this completely, and it's not off the radar. This is not something that anybody should think is out of the off of anybody. And Dan and I know each other for a long time. To hear him say it, I know exactly what he means. And so I'm confident that we're making progress.
Look, I'm personal friends with both Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, and I can promise you that if they have this information, they will investigate it. Both of them were committed to getting to the bottom of all of this.
Former Capitol Police Officer Shawnee Ray Kirkhoff has been identified as a forensic match to the elusive January 6th pipe bomber, exposing what many are calling the ultimate deep state cover-up. According to investigative reporting from Blaze Media, advanced gait analysis software produced a staggering 94 to 98% match between Kirkhoff's movements and the hooded suspect captured on surveillance footage planting explosive devices near the DNC and RNC headquarters on January 5, 2021. This former officer, who testified against January 6 defendants and now reportedly works in CIA security, embodies the corrupt networks that weaponized chaos to undermine Trump's America First agenda. This discovery shatters the narrative peddled by the mainstream media and Democrat-led committees that painted peaceful patriots as insurrectionists. The silence from legacy media outlets is deafening, fueling accusations that this was all part of a coordinated psyop to smear Trump and his millions of loyal voters. Sources close to the investigation highlight Kirkhoff's proximity to key events, including her role in the Capitol's civil disturbance unit on that fateful day, and early Google searches for her name in the D.C. area just days after the incident, suggesting insiders knew and buried the truth. Trump, who has repeatedly called January 6th a hoax orchestrated by the FBI and Pelosi's allies, now stands taller than ever as this evidence emerges amid his triumphant return to power. Patriots are urged to share this far and wide, bypassing the complicit press to ensure the real culprits face justice and prevent future setups against the MAGA movement. This wasn't a lone actor but a web of handlers and operatives inflicting psychological warfare on the American public, shattering lives and dividing the nation. With Kirkhoff's involvement thrust into the light, every connected individual, from FBI brass to Capitol insiders, must be exposed, indicted, and tried. Trump's vision of a secure, sovereign America demands nothing less, turning the tables on those who sought to destroy him and restoring faith in a government truly by and for the people. Follow a Newsmax.baby on Jonathan Gregory.
I think it is the biggest scandal of my lifetime. There is a major development in the January 6th pipe bomber investigation. Blaze News has the exclusive. Its lead suspect is at the highest levels of government. And Steve joins me now. How long have you been working on this story?
I've been pulling the threads on this for exactly 4 years.
If anybody ever wondered why they made such a big deal out of arresting Steve, this is why.
I was so shocked by what I saw, I immediately took it to a source in one of the most important, highest level investigative federal agencies in the country. And I said, you have to see this. After they looked at it for about 2 hours, the response that I got back was, holy F, she's one of us.
And when you find out the position, this now will implicate so many people at the highest levels. What's your confidence level in this story?
I can give you forensic estimates, the analysis of the hoodied bomber on the evening of November 5th compared to the gait analysis of this individual in private life and at work. The actual software hit at a 94% accuracy. Then human analysis from the experts in intelligence is much higher. They looked at it and went, my God, that's it. You got it.
In a world not gone mad, this would be a best-selling book and a major blockbuster movie. When it all comes out, this is going to involve everybody. I mean, this is really bad. Really, really bad. This apparently just has to be done right because of national security, I'm gathering. Is that right?
That's correct.
And so they've got to take care of things they've got to take care of. Then the story will be released.